Like the cat is just a menace, you know?
As she should.
I don't think the cat's the biggest menace here.
Okay,
This cat is being a menace
YouTube
right now.
is live.
What's that?
YouTube is live.
Okay, cool. I always forget that it automatically posts in my channel that I'm live when I hit OBS. That. My bad. Got this like whip thing for my hair.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, I forgot to throw some lo-fi. You know. Look at this small can.
Let me see. Oh, that's disgusting.
Mini.
It's the mini ones. It's the mini
like
ones.
Perfectly drinkable.
Yeah, because like this is the regular size.
Oh. I can see. How much did you pay for those mini ones?
I have no fucking idea. Honestly. I just told him to get 4 packs.
4 mini ones?
No, 4 packs.
Oh, Harv.
Let's see. Well, they didn't have the regular one, and he just saw the mini ones, and I was like, you know what? Just give me 4 packs. Let me see. Let me see how much they were.
Can you guys see this unicorn that my cat absolutely destroyed? Oh, she just jumped on me. Ah! Jumped on me for the. Can you? She's fucking crazy.
I can barely see her because of this man in the background.
Oh my god.
They're $4.70 for 6 of these bad boys.
Not bad.
I mean, at that size, I would recommend like mixing it with something else.
Mixing it with something else?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what?
Toss some vodka in there.
Casamigos.
Cranberry juice?
Not a big fan of cranberry juice.
Well, you are wrong on many fronts, and that's another one.
Wow. Wow.
God
Being a
damn.
hardcore cranberry juice enthusiast.
Yeah.
Coming straight from Harv's fucking
Apparently.
throat.
Yeah, cranberries are great. It gives spiders jobs, guys. It's a positive.
It gives
you ever had
spiders
the Rand
jobs. It's time for run for prime minister.
The fucking God, free spider labor.
No, that's the thing. They like, okay, so there's parasites specifically when it comes to cranberries, so they put spiders there, and that's one of the biggest things is when you work at a cranberry farm, when they float all the cranberries, they have to tell you that you cannot be arachnophobic because spiders will crawl up you because they're like, it's water, I'm drowning, so they climb up on the
I believe you.
I don't need you to believe me, it's the truth, but I'm just saying.
I remember when I was in some water and I heard a spider go, "Oh my god, water!" and he starts crying.
I think you have more concerning things when you're in the water. If you're randomly in water, because you literally told us yesterday, if I went into this tank, I would die. I don't know how to swim.
It's true.
So I feel like that's your bigger thing.
I would be
you're
dead.
Going to die if you're in the water. I don't understand.
I'd be deceased.
Jesus. Which, by the way, I love the idea with the fact that, like, in a cranberry field, the water's not like they're not swimming around to get these berries. But so, like, I'm just picturing Harv in like 2 feet of water just drowning, like freaking Link in Breath of the Wild when you accidentally trip and fall in a puddle. You can die in that game by like fall like in a puddle.
Yes, you can, yeah.
Harv is just legitimately just killing himself.
Tonight, y'all.
That's good.
I'm just stressed. Oh my god, we need to post a tweet about this. And probably should post in our Discord that we're fucking Okay, 1 second. PiP announcement. Everyone, we are live with the latest for.
Grab a Pepsi really quick. I'll be right back.
There's a YouTube link if you need it.
Do we have any topics tonight?
Murdering Lucas.
Repeatedly.
Repeatedly.
On some clock
Hell's
tower.
Kitchen and video games. At one point, I'll save it for the podcast. I was gonna tell you something about the Blood on the Clock Tower game, but I think it'd be fun to share live.
Heck yeah.
I'm gonna say, okay, we are live with the latest episode of the Point in Progress podcast. This week we're talking about murdering Lucas repeatedly in Blood on the Clock Tower, getting murdered in and brackets in Lethal Company, and everyone getting murdered in books and movies.
Perfect. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, trend of the week is
Murder.
no, I'm gonna do something really random. Trend of the week is
Hello.
murder bringing people together.
Excuse me?
Incredible.
Nothing like
Mr.
killing.
Says it
Is this
should.
your new tagline?
I said, okay,
Murder brings friends together.
one death at a time. Hard. And then I'm gonna put Twitch. Twitch.tv/point in progress. YouTube. Okay. Clock. Okay, I'm just getting some.
Close that. I have so many little things open.
I'm trying to think. It's a good.
Say, ask what a good emoji is.
For Lethal Company.
A
I'm
shovel.
just gonna put up.
I was gonna say
Oh.
that exact thing, a shovel. Like a really
Okay.
animated shovel.
Okay, no, there's no
And
shovel.
a gas mask,
emojis.
a shovel. Should be a
Okay,
gas
none of
mask
these
emoji.
exist. No, there's no.
Really? There's no gas mask emoji?
No. I'm just gonna put orange heart,
I guess that works, yeah.
and then we're just gonna put a dagger for dagger. Okay, can someone give me the YouTube link for this podcast?
It's in the chat already.
Okay,
Okay.
this chat.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Sly.
The meeting chat.
At least one of you is helpful.
How dare you?
I'll be
For one.
take it.
Okay. There we go.
I just saw the King Charles announcement or whatever. Somebody quote retweeted it saying, "Does Buckhouse not know they can just tell us its lower body week to week, or?"
Sorry,
Oh,
what?
man.
Oh, there was a Pop Crave tweet that says Buckingham Palace has announced that King Charles would be admitted next week to treat an enlarged prostate.
He's treating an enlarged prostate?
No treatment for. Oh my god.
I thought he himself was treating one.
He's not a doctor. What are you talking about?
That's where I was confused. I was like,
I mean, he's the king of England. He can be if he wants to be.
No, that's not how that works. He doesn't just get randomly say.
England can go up to like a random hospital and be like, "Hey, I want to be a doctor today," and they would 100% say yes.
No, that's not how that works.
I feel like that's how, you know, you know.
No.
I want to repeat your sentence really quick. I feel like that's how, you know. Like,
You know? You know?
God,
Excuse me?
I just opened Twitter for the first time in like probably a month, and it's truly the most unhinged I've ever seen Twitter. And I lived through like early like 2011, 2012 Twitter days. Like, how are you topping that?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Shit's kind of wacky, guys. I'm gonna post in my Discord that we're live, but I'm not gonna tag everyone because that's not cool. I'm not gonna put like at everyone. Hey all. Okay, cool. Done.
All right, but
I like how we've just been chilling live this whole time.
Yep.
I mean, why not? You know, that's the vibe.
It's the pre-show.
Yes, sir.
If you're here beforehand, you get to see this. I mean, this is also tame in comparison to what was happening before we went live, so...
Was it everybody being broken?
It was everyone getting yelled at by me.
True.
I won't sit here and deny it.
I saw political trending that said Melania. I was like, from Elden Ring? No, it's Melania Trump. I was like, why is Melania from Elden Ring trending on for politics?
Honestly, do we need more video games in politics?
You know, good times.
Good times.
Love it.
BC Storm though, that's trending.
I'm gonna change my background to Regina.
Yeah,
Regina.
I think Frank has a new obsession of Regina.
Honestly, it's one of those things. There's just like the song is so wacky that I can't help but be curious about it. You know?
I think you can't help but be curious about Middle Canada. I always forget Fee's sister is in fucking Alberta, and every time I see anything about that, I'm like, jump scare, Alberta. I don't need to remember you exist.
Alberta.
We had a conversation earlier about states that get abbreviated or just places that get abbreviated. Like, you know how like you go to Alabama, some people call it Bama.
Yeah.
Or like Alberta. I was asking somebody. We were asking somebody earlier, and I was like, "Do people like pronounce it Berta? Like they don't just talk about the Alberta part?" I'm like, "Yeah, some people here. Some people do say Berta, or like Fees K Scotia."
Gosh.
See, that's what I said. I said the Scosh.
The Scosh.
You know? Welcome to the Scosh.
The Scotia.
I've never heard anyone ever call Nova Scotia the Scosh guy.
It's like
down to the Scosh.
Harv and I do.
Yeah, I'll name it the Scosh. And then for us,
live on the opposite side.
for us, they say the Couve, you know?
The Couve.
Okay, that's congratulations.
The Couve just sounds fucking weird.
Oh,
man.
I have a... Okay, let's see if I still have this TikTok saved, and I can show you guys.
My favorite
I'm down to the Couve.
is living where I do. You have to, like, every time you say Vancouver, you either have to say up to Vancouver or down to Vancouver. Like, there's always a qualifier before Vancouver. Like, it's never just Vancouver. It's either up to Vancouver or down to Vancouver.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Because they're, like, practically equidistant. Like...
I can find this before we start. Showing it, how you doing? How you doing? This is a Ferta talk. Ferta?
Berta?
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 Murda?
Oh, murder.
Murda? That's my rap name. Berta Murda. Brr. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find a pic here.
I think I've gone too far. Berta boys? Nope, that's not it.
How are we going?
One minute, guys. 1 minute.
1 whole minute?
1 whole minute.
Damn, that's crazy.
Okay.
I love that we're just sitting here in silence for a whole minute until I can find this.
We still need to. Okay, we need to watch this movie, Fee, because then you would get this meme that I could send you, but you can't because we haven't watched it. So
Mario died from a sucking incident.
Died from a self-sucking incident, yeah. Rest in peace.
damn.
Harv died in a self-sucking incident?
No, I'm
Sure
here.
Oh, I was
We're talking about- we're
confused.
talking
I was
about
like, who am I
Mario.
talking to?
Mario, the person
Mario
who's not
died in a
here.
self-suck? Damn, that sucks. I heard he removed his bottom ribs, so he can do that.
God damn.
It's gonna be a long night, y'all.
It's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a great night. I know I saved this, but I guess he took it down, which is kind of sad.
On that note, you want to kick off this podcast?
Who was the host today?
I'm assuming you.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do it?
What?
Yeah, it's gone.
Are you okay?
It's
Are you
gone.
okay, Harv?
Yeah, no, I'm
What's
just sad
gone?
it's gone. It's a TikTok that I wanted it because it's.
Oh, you're still looking for the TikTok?
Yeah, I was
You were-
looking for the
Oh my
TikTok.
God.
I was looking
I'm like, are you
because
having
it's something.
an
It's something
embolism?
about Vancouver, and then it's like, "Welcome to the Couve," and then just some random lady's like, "What the hell is that lady doing?"
Oh yeah, we do also have to talk about Fee now realizing the term shaboing boing. I sent her like 3 TikToks of somebody saying shaboing boing. Sly, do you know what a shaboing boing is?
I don't think I want to.
I
Alright.
didn't know what it was, and I missed the days that before I knew what a shaboing boing was.
All right, Sly. If you wanna start it up, start it up.
All right. Hello and welcome to the Point in Progress podcast, your murder podcast for all the. I don't have a doc in front of me. I don't know where that sentence is going. This is episode 86. Can you believe that? I honestly cannot. But I am not here alone. I am joined by my lovely friends, barring Mario, who was unfortunately a victim of the murder spree we're about to talk about. But
Self-suck murder
barring
spree.
Mario, you know, we're just here. We're driving. Fee, how's it going?
It's going great. I just listened to a specific song for the first time, and I don't know how I feel about it. So we're here. Can't say that Ariana Grande is murdering it with her new song, guys. Not trying to, no pun
Alright.
intended.
Damn, shade thrown.
I mean, she's murdering some families. You know what I mean?
She's murdering some fucking heirlooms is what she's doing.
I'm just saying, you know. There's some relationships that she's murdering on the way.
On that note, Harv, how are you doing?
It's a decent. It's not a terrible song. It's not a terrible song. It's a song.
Okay.
It's a song.
It's a song.
Yeah.
It's people music.
It's sure. I'm doing well. I am doing well. It's snowed quite a bit. It is crazy out there. I was blinded by the snow when I woke up, and I went downstairs to grab something, and there was people biking in it, which is weird.
Biking in the
It's weird.
snow.
People are biking in the snow.
100%.
You know, biking culture in Vancouver, they take it seriously. You know what I mean?
Speaking of taking things seriously, Frank, how's it going?
Good, pretty good. I got a cat on me. She's right here. Hello, say hi. Been doing pretty good. Playing a lot of video games. Reading a lot of smut. Reading a lot of erotica.
As you should.
So
On my
much of it.
Kindle.
So much of it.
Surprisingly, you can get a lot of free smut through the Kindle Unlimited app. And it's some of the things that they put on these pages are wild, bro. A lot of self suck, you know.
Do you go underneath your desk as well to when you read it?
Yeah, sometimes they call me a smut goblin.
Ah, yes,
as you will.
yes.
A smut goblin, and I read. One of my favorite series though is definitely Ice Planet Barbarians, but we'll talk about that during the podcast. You know, we'll get into it.
We'll talk about.
We'll bounce back into that one.
We'll bounce back.
I, of course, am here. I'm great. I may or may not have bonked my head today, so we'll see how this goes.
Bonk.
I did graduate from my training at work. Very exciting.
Exciting.
I'm official,
Good job.
fully certified.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
It's not a real certification. And I sent an apartment application literally like
Nice.
a couple hours ago. So
How does that work?
Things are happening.
You apply and they deny or approve you.
I've never applied for a place.
Is that not a thing in Cougar?
In the
In
Couve?
the Couve?
It depends. It all depends because like when I got this place, the dude just put it in like online. And he's like, "Yeah, just come by." And I came by, looked at the place. He's like, "You want it?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I'm like, "All right."
That's cool.
Yeah.
Some places I imagine are like that. There's got to be people who are like, "Hey, yeah, I got a good feeling about you. You know, we're probably good."
You know what probably where you have to do that is like if one person owns like a building and like and they run it like they have like an office and they run it inside the building kind of type thing. That's where you probably have to like do applications and shit because like everybody here
to apply to most places.
no, but everybody here in this building owns their own unit, so every unit is a different person owns it. So
that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Now I can definitely see that because you're buying the unit. They don't really care if you like screw it up or anything. That's your unit.
Yeah, and then they just rent out the unit to somebody else, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, here we have to. I imagine it's because like you have a lot of people who are. I mean, they just want to vet you and make sure you're going to actually pay your bills. Honestly, for the most part, they ask for like credit scores, all that shit. Like if you got work, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like not every place does it, but the places you probably would want that are top tier for their price range are definitely going to be doing.
Mine's actually a 2-step application because fascinating podcast talk, I know. But you have to like apply for the building and they run like your credit and whatever. But also Seattle has like some weird like tax exemption something whatever low income housing thing, and so you have to like qualify for that as well. I don't know. We'll figure out.
See when I hear about that, like when I hear about people applying, it's like in like the TV shows where like you're sitting like I'm sitting here and then opposite me are like 8 other people and they're like interviewing you and like saying like, so why should you get the place over Jim? And then you have to like you're just in a seat in front of them and there's like 8 people like of your peers or some shit and they're just like, yo, why do you get this place?
It just causes some. I would imagine causes so many delays
on
and
YouTube
shit.
or Twitch, whatever. I think we have people check in both.
Both places, yeah, both places.
Both places. But speaking of erotic novels, let's talk about some book corner because I like her eyes just go. For Christmas I got like a bunch of like boring but very useful gifts and then also a stack of books, and I went to a comic shop the other day, so I'm gonna kick us off and talk about books, and I know everybody else has books to talk about. The first one on my pile is literally just a Russian to English dictionary. We don't need to talk about that.
You're on a watch list now, you realize that, right?
I went to my favorite secondhand bookstore in Seattle because my co-host JJ was in town for my graduation from work, and I just grabbed this. I don't know, it was speaking to me. I got a local printed queer comic anthology book. I'm very excited about. That's fun. I got the new Marvel Meow book. Very fun. And then a while back when Carlos was on the pod, Nerdaday, friend of the show, he recommended Sunstone, which is a I don't know, 7-volume whatever novel, but I did get the first one and it is very good. And then we chatted about it and it was very fun. And it's gorgeous and kinky and fun. So there's that. What else do we have in this pile of books on my I got Light of the Midnight Stars, this Christmas gift. It's very Jewish, very mystical, very fun. Got Ask Baba Yaga, which is advice responses, but told from the perspective of Russian bird lady. Love that.
So
So
it's like Ask Jeeves, but just not.
Yes, Jeeves. Magic 8 Ball.
I got Memories Lines That Under Their Binds. I don't know what this is about. I haven't started this one yet. But it sounds good. That's all I know. And then I got a hardcover version of In Every Mirror She's Black. And if you were following along with any of my shows when I was reading this digitally, I talked about it for 3 weeks straight. I loved it so much. Apparently there's a second book that came out last year, and I have not read the sequel, but I am going to now. But I have a physical and that's really exciting because I love this book. And that's my book haul. Anybody else have anything fun they want to talk about? Fee?
Sure. Well, it's really funny that we're talking about murder. So a few weeks back, friend of the show, and my best friend, Amber, sent us a photo in a group chat and said, hey, this book looks really sick. And I'm like, you know what? I'm down for it. So I bought it, and I've convinced Frank to read it too. And my plan is I'm gonna set up a small book kind of club to talk about it next month. It's called The Dead Take the A Train, by Cassandra Kaw and Richard Kedry. Look at the cover.
The cover's sick. Even on the Kindle, I'll throw it up on the Kindle too. It looks absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Fun. You're probably gonna describe how you described it to me. There's a part when I was like, "Yeah, Fee, I'm already sold." I would love to see if you could figure it out, Sly.
Yeah, because the back literally says Julie is a coked up, burnt out 30-year-old whose only retirement plan is dying early. She's been trying to establish herself in NYC magic scene, and she'll work the most gruesome gigs, exercise the nastiest demons, and make deals with the cruelest gods to claw her way to the top. But nothing can prepare her for the toughest job yet when her best friend Sarah shows up at her door in need. Keeping Sarah safe from is the top priority. So all about death, there's murder, craziness happens. Frank's currently reading it. Also some other people are checking it out as well. And then Butchers and the Blackbird, which is totally not smut, but it's about two serial killers who love each other, and it's enemies to lovers thing, and they they call each other each night and make dinner. Yeah, it's really
so cute.
But yeah, serial killers, we love to see it. So I just got that this evening.
I love them husbands.
we love it. So I don't know, I've decided this year I wanted to get into reading a lot more. I didn't really do it last year, and then I thought you know what, I've been kind of getting into book talk, so why don't I actually start reading a lot more? So I'm currently about to finish my 5th book and 6th book around the same time for the year. Yeah, so started doing that stuff, which is really fun. And trying to read all sorts of things, not just specific types of genres, even though I seem to have a slight leaning towards those at the moment. But I think right now I'm currently reading A Court of Mist and Fury, by Sarah J. Maas, very popular, and then a few others.
Something.
It sure is.
What was that one author we were talking about? He makes like a bunch of really, really good books. He's basically Alan Wake. Status of popular, from what you guys were telling me.
Oh, you mean Brandon Sanderson? We were talking
There we
about.
go.
That was gonna be my first guess, and I wasn't even here.
I was
for
gonna be
that
like, he looks
conversation.
nothing like Alan Wake,
Brandon
but
No, I'm talking about in
Yeah.
stature, not in
yeah. That's
physical look.
that's Brandon Sanderson.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, but yeah, I was like struggling debating like if I bought like I'm just gonna go on a random tangent because you know what? I'm talking about books. So I was just like, I'm debating getting the physical copies of Akatar, but there's a problem. So there's like the paperback and then there's like the hardback, like hardcover books. And then I was just like, should I get it or should I just like read it digitally until the last book comes out? Because the last book's supposed to come out maybe late this year, like early next year, who knows? Question mark. Because the last time she just decided like randomly out of the blue, yeah, the theme that we have for all of the book covers, we're changing it. So a lot of people were upset about it. So I come to the conclusion today, I'm just gonna wait because I have them all digitally and on audiobooks anyway. But yeah, totally recommend reading. Reading isn't just doesn't have to be self-help books and biographies.
I was
can
okay,
be
so yeah, she was
highly,
under this. She was under this like whole thing where she's gonna buy the last book of, or the last book of this lady. What's her name again?
Sarah J.
J.
Maas.
Maas.
Yes, her. And she's supposed to come out with another book in like what, a year or something like that. A year and a half, was it?
That's literally what I just said. Harv.
Sorry. I was reading the chat. I was reading the chat.
What?
Sorry.
Damn.
Harv's gonna
But
reiterate
did you
this
talk about
phrase
your
so
predicament
full.
that you
Are
were
you
in?
mansplaining my explanation?
No,
What
sorry.
the
I was
fuck?
reading the chat. You know what? I'm done.
We
I'm done.
literally
I'm done.
just had this conversation.
Not gonna say
That's
anything.
so funny. Yeah, no, I remember reading the Sarah J. Maas like books in like freshman year of college, like 2017, 2018, and I
Yeah.
read them totally legally. But a friend was a huge fan
unquote.
of that, so I got like the box set of them for the friend at the time. But now there are so many more, and I don't think I want to go back to that universe.
There's 15.
Like I'm so glad y'all are like thriving in that and getting enjoyment from that. I had a great time in like 2018, but it's just not for me anymore.
Like I'm like, okay, so I'm going through Akatar and then I'm going through Throne of Glass, but then I was talking to someone and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do the whole like tandem read because like book 5 and 6 of Throne of Glass should be read tandemly, or at least they're both going through the exact same timeline but in two different places. So I'm like, oh, there's like an entire guide, I'll tandem read it. And they're just like, what? And I'm like, yeah, why not? Why
not?
I'll try. Like right now I'm literally reading 3 books. It's fine.
Yeah,
we got
I do.
this. Yeah, as
Well,
I do.
other than mansplaining Fee's reading habits, Harv, do you have any thoughts to contribute?
At some point,
man,
so
explain me
Fee
some
was
books.
talking about this one thing. I'm just kidding. So like, not really. I kind of wish I could get back into books. You know,
Uh-huh.
just be a book
Yeah,
person. But
sometimes it's just not the vibe.
I
and
have
that's
I have
valid.
I have I have the
I'd rather sit
audiobook.
down and just like read. You
I
know?
have the audiobook for the
Sometimes.
Brandon Sanderson book,
Mhm.
and it's just like I don't know, man. I'd rather just listen to music. That's
Audiobooks
kind of
just
where I
isn't
am.
it, right? I feel the same way. Every
I
time
haven't
listen to an
tried. That's the
audiobook,
thing.
I'm like, I'd rather just listen to music at this
Yeah,
point.
I just
See, I usually just put on an audiobook if I'm doing other stuff because as we all know, I have a tendency to like not sit in one spot for as I say this as standing up and constantly moving around as we're doing this podcast. So I'll usually put on a audiobook if I'm like walking around my apartment, if I'm going to clean, if I'm doing on
But
like
see,
art
for me,
stuff.
when it comes to that, I'd rather just listen to music.
Yeah.
When I do that.
Sometimes I like to listen to
like-
music too, but
It's my thing is I would rather put on a podcast usually, but I like a like full cast audiobook. If like the different characters have different voices, I tend to follow better. I get lost in the sauce when it's just like one person speaking the whole time.
see, I'd be down for that, but the problem is, and something I've noticed because I wanted to do that going through because technically I've read the first 3 books of Akatar, but I already had the audiobooks for the one narrator. I could go back and get the ones for like the actual graphic audio. The issue with that is they do it in segments. So instead of being able to just get like one full book, you have to buy part 1 and part 2, and then part 1
That
like I think, which is like really like, guys,
Yeah.
once you like, I understand that sometimes like especially with theater, things like this, they have to release it in chunks, but I think once it's finished, I think you should combine it all together and then ta-da,
Yeah.
bing bang boom. Like I get that, like, but it's like $18 for the first part.
$18
For yes,
for the
yes,
audiobook?
One.
For
for
the
part
audio?
1 of
Jeez.
book
Yeah.
1, and then there's part 2 and it's the
Nah,
same
brother.
price.
Buy the
Audiobooks.
fucking book at that point.
Well, the book's gonna be probably as expensive, most likely.
Well, if you're
Right.
buying both parts of one book, I
The
mean, it's
books
gonna be
are
the same
like
price.
$2,
Yeah, the book's
right?
probably gonna be like the
Yeah.
same price
Yeah.
or more.
Because like audiobooks are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
The
They're really
like
expensive.
I have a
And like I
subscription
know a
for
lot
some.
work goes into them, but also like so much of that money doesn't go to the people making. Like it doesn't go to the author, it doesn't go to the voice actors. It goes to the like publishing studio, right? So that's
Yeah, I'm pretty sure graphic audio does pay their narrators as well, because that's an entire like website and group that does
well, they
it.
pay. It's
Yeah.
just not comparable to the price of the product.
Also, I'm looking at Bafana's book studies. Nice. Okay.
I just want to say I love podcasts about books. Most of the podcasts I listen to are other people talking about books that I have read. Like I love a book podcast. So I'm here for that. Other than Murder Trains, Frank, what have you been reading lately?
I have two book recommendations on my list right now.
Oh god.
Hell yeah.
Prime Smut, really good stuff. First one is going to be The Cock Down the Block by the in the Cocky Kingsman book series.
Okay.
Done by Amy Award. This is a very good book about cocks down the block. Then the sequel, The Wiener Across the Way, in book 2 of the series, also really good. Very good representation of wieners and smut.
Oh my god.
I have to say that was very funny, and I'm very glad we.
I will
that,
say wiener.
took us on
I will
that
say I'm
journey.
lying a little bit about Wieners Down the Way because it is not out yet. You can pre-order right now on Amazon for $5.99. That is a steal, people. Good quality wieners are hard to come by. All right, and an opportunity for $5.99 for a whole book of it, amazing. Amazing.
I will just
Amy
say,
Award,
I
you're doing
do
God's work.
read explicit like erotic novels, and I do enjoy some of them, and some of them are very good, and some of them are very bad.
Is one of them The Cock Down the Block?
I have not read that yet. Do I need to? Like,
I mean, the art is okay. It's a
Okay,
guy
what irritates
like
me?
kissing somebody with holding a cock.
I just want
Like,
to say,
not
I
an
hate the
actual
fact
cock,
that
like a
like
chicken.
not only do I know the book that you're talking about, like I literally looked at a review on it last night.
Why?
Because I was just because it came up on. I was looking at Kindle books.
I will admit the picture, which I will post in our chat here, not in the group chat, but here.
Not crafting, my goodness. Sly. It's a sports erotica.
It is very sportsy.
I've read my fair share of sports erotica. It's not a lot of it is good,
check
but
out
it is
the
a
chat
fun, silly, goofy
that we have
time
here.
sometimes.
If you wanted
Yeah,
to see
it's
the
always the nerdy girl, never the girlfriend, until her cocky best friend and his rooster take charge.
Jesus Christ. I will say one of my favorite things, if you are not following Dr. Lexi Brown, you should be. She is wonderful and amazing, and her husband is one of the TV broadcasters for the Kraken, and he's very cool. We love Dr. Lexi's husband, but because he was in the NHL for a while, so she's been reading a lot of like hockey romance novels and making videos about their inaccuracies and like all the things that mess up. It's very fun to watch her like go through this journey. So if you are interested in explicit sports romance novels, I want kind of an insider baseball take on some of the stories. Definitely check out Dr. Lexi. We love her.
Fee dodging the
Um,
camera when Spud Talk is involved.
Right? Fee, why are you ducking?
We're gonna hard pivot. Speaking of books, there's a book series that at least two of us that currently has the TV adaptation happening.
Percy
right
Jackson
now.
in
Percy
the randoms.
Jackson. Have we all seen it? How far
I
have
haven't. Is it a weekly thing?
you?
I swear it's a
It
weekly
is a
thing. That's why I'm not
weekly
watching.
thing.
Okay, that's why I'm not watching. I'm gonna wait till
I've
it's
just
over.
been reading. I'm not gonna lie to you. All I do
That's
is
so valid.
read, play games, and watch Hell's Kitchen. That's all I do right
I
now.
heard nothing but good
So-
things about the show. I heard everybody who is in their role is very great, especially Dionysus and Ares.
Mhm.
Edge being Ares.
Oh,
I've seen clips
he was
already.
incredible.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm really excited to watch the show. I heard the kid that got to play Percy is also really good as well.
Mhm.
But again, I don't really like the weekly format. I don't want to come back every
That's
week
so
and have to wait on a cliffhanger. I think I just kind of want to watch it all together. Like one big
I
movie.
have been really enjoying it. It's been dropping every Tuesday. I think it's like 6 Pacific. I don't know. The time slot is impeccable. I love this. No more dropping at midnight. Like, let's drop TV shows at a reasonable time, please and thank you.
At a time when people are awake.
And at a time where people are awake. And we just had episode 6 this week, so there's 2 more.
So they have
so,
to
like,
be
in 2
what?
weeks we can-
Where if there's only 2 more left, they have to be around where the fates were. Correct.
So,
story-wise?
episode 6 was the Lotus
Roller
Casino.
coaster. Oh, the Lotus. Oh, they're already at the casino. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The end was Santa Monica.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
So we're speculating that episode 7 will be Underworld, and then episode 8 will be Olympus.
Mhm.
But we'll see. It's incredible. Everybody's acting their ass off. Jessica Parker Kennedy, my beloved, was excellent. Edge was great. We saw Lin-Manuel Miranda. I thought he did a really good job. The kid playing Luke is so good, and every interview I see with him is like,
I don't know who's playing Luke.
Like-
Who's playing Luke?
I do not remember his name off the top of my head, but it's so fun because everything he says is like slightly tinged with sarcasm. So like, if you know, you're like, haha, I'm in on the joke, and if you don't know, you're taking everything he's saying completely seriously. And like, all of his like press interviews has been so good. I think he's killing it.
Would it
And
be-
the whole trio is incredible.
Is he black haired or blonde in the show?
It's dark.
That's interesting because that's a funny little swap there. Because Percy
Yeah,
is dark
right?
haired,
There's
right? But he's
yeah.
blonde in the show, and Luke
Uh-huh.
is blonde but dark haired in the show. I thought that was pretty
Yeah.
interesting
Mm-hmm.
because that was like one of his kind of tells of who his father is.
Well, we'll talk more about that when we've all seen it, but it
Yeah.
was very good. Highly recommend. Y'all have been watching Hell's Kitchen. How's that going?
Oh man, Hell's Kitchen bounced back, definitely.
Mhm.
Fee, if you want, if you want to tell them about Hell's Kitchen.
So I personally have been watching Hell's Kitchen each for season 22, which is the latest season, and which is going. It's going. But we'll talk about that once we get to season 22. But right now we went back previously, for anyone who's not aware or is new to our podcast or doesn't remember, this podcast is based off of a watch party group that
Yeah.
used to be in my Discord where we just watched Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
So
Hell
we
yeah.
Started
brother.
as an Among Us group, and then it started as a Hell's Kitchen watch party, and then
Well,
it
we met
became
in
this
Among Us,
podcast.
but we really
Yeah.
chatted it out the most in the Hell's Kitchen group.
Yeah.
Really, truly.
And it was a lot of fun. So we then created this podcast. So we've been watching Hell's Kitchen season 20, which is Young Bloods. So essentially what the premise, Young Guns, sorry, not Young Bloods, Young Guns. So essentially the premise is he's not looking for a head chef, he's looking for a mentee. So he's looking to mentor someone because he's realizing like the children are our future, and so for that reason we're going to bring a bunch of kids in, and whoever wins gets to become my mentee, and I'll mentor them. So we've just been watching a bunch of 21 to 23-year-olds simp for Gordon Ramsay, his
my God.
daughter Megan, any man or woman or they them, like whoever it is that moves. If they see a person, they are simping for them, and every
Yeah.
single
Especially if they have
episode-
especially if they have an English accent.
especially if they have an English accent. I'm honestly
a
shocked that no
very
one said
horny
that they're
season
like
for some
horned
reason.
up for Marino. Like I am so shocked that they're not just like horned. They're horned up for everybody.
Which is weird because Fee brought it up first about this. At this point, one of Gordon Ramsay's daughters is the same age as these people. So you have these people horned up for Gordon Ramsay at the same age of his own daughter.
Yeah.
And nobody talks about that throughout the whole season. But
Arguably,
it's fucking
he is
hilarious.
giving daddy.
And as someone who likes older men, by all means, but slightly weird when you're just like both of them.
Yeah.
Like,
But also people
Yeah,
hitting
it's
on
something.
Gordon Ramsay's daughter because they're also the
Speaking
same age.
Falling in love with people on Hell's Kitchen is my favorite person in
There
this
is.
season.
yes.
There is
Christina is here.
Christina's here.
Christina's still
love
there.
Does
Christina,
it-
I
always
love that for her.
Doesn't do
Correct.
very much though.
Yeah, she's still very background.
I mean, that's the same thing for Jason. Jason's
Yeah.
very background, and I'm not a fan of Jason, but that's
I
here nor
do-
there.
I do love how Gordon every now and again talks about Christina's success more than almost every other contestant, though.
Yes, because
when
she's
you were saying he was looking for a mentee, I'm like, is he looking for a replacement Christine? Like,
No.
what's going on?
no.
At this
No.
point, Christina's probably good enough to like start her own business at this point.
Oh yeah.
Well, she's literally a lot of what he does. She has shares in. Like she
Yeah.
is literally his right. Like she is his right hand like woman. Like she's like always there, and she's like any sort of thing that they do, especially with things like I think she also has some sort of title when it comes to Hexclad, which is his entire like like
Cookware.
culinary like
Yeah.
Probably an
cookware.
investor.
I don't even
Or
think
partner.
investor. I think it's like director or something. I don't remember
Oh,
the
she works for the
title.
company itself. Okay. I
So
see.
yeah, she does a lot of stuff. So it's not shocking that she's still there. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if there was an episode where
That's
they're
not
just like,
bad.
yeah, she does
Yeah.
fantastic work. Not trying to shit on Jason. I'm just not a huge fan. But
You know what would be really
like
cool?
work.
Like one
What?
season, they announced that like, okay, this is gonna be a big one because this contestant, whoever wins, will be the sous chef or the manager at Christina's restaurant.
Oh.
I mean, who knows?
So
That
she
would be
is
cool.
she's vice president of culinary for Gordon Ramsay since 2020.
Damn,
Nice.
that's about as
that's
high as you
huge.
get.
That's huge.
Like, not to shit on Jason or anything, but I did only start a campaign for one of them to come on the podcast, and it
True.
was not him.
I don't really remember Jason all that much. Fee reminded me that he lost in his season.
True.
So I don't know why he shows up every now and again. To me, he doesn't seem like he really kind of cares a lot of the times. Most of the time, his team's losing.
I don't
Blue
know.
Team
I
loses a lot.
don't know. Blue team
Well,
killed
I
it to
mean,
this.
love Christina.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
starting to come back now, yeah, but that's because they mixed them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, he did just have a kid. I think
Jason or
6
Gordon?
Gordon.
Gordon
Gordon
Ramsay.
Ramsay.
I don't
Oh,
follow
man.
Jason. Once again, not the biggest fan.
Gordon loves his wife.
Yeah, he does. That was random.
No, because you mentioned earlier how like he had like 7 kids or something like that.
Yeah,
A lot of kids.
He has a lot of kids.
he does have a lot of kids. Sure does. 6.
Is this 7 with the new kid or 6 with the new kid?
6 with the new.
I was gonna say I thought he was at 5, so a new kid would bump it up to 6.
Yeah.
Jeez, that is a lot of children.
Yeah.
There's a lot of children.
A lot of kids. A lot of kids.
Mhm.
But no, I really enjoy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's a show that
excited.
you can throw on at any point. It's just fun to
Oh, it is
watch.
7 now. They just haven't had Jesse on the list.
Oh,
Oh, 7.
Yeah, it's 7.
jeez.
Yeah, ranging from 25 to 6 months.
Damn.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hell's Kitchen's a
That's
show that you can. I think the most fun I have watching that show. I like watching it on my own, but for the most part on my own, it's always background, right? Like it's
Mhm.
always going to be like, oh, I'm not really paying attention to it. I just kind of want to have something in the background, and that's
Yeah.
familiar. I know what's going on. For the most part, it'll be like an older season, right? But watching it with friends and kind of predicting who's staying, who's leaving, making fun of some of the contestants for being goofy as fuck, and just listening to Gordon Ramsay's like very. They must have had someone on the writing team get added on because his insults have gotten better. They gotten a lot better.
It's gotten better.
I miss
he
I
does this thing
love
at the
that
end
for
of
him.
every single elimination where he just like disrespects the person who leaves. Like there's no way
Yeah.
around it, right? And for the most part, they were pretty tame. This season, they're pretty fucking good.
Guys, that's why I'm excited for us to get to season 22 because I don't think you're
Uh-huh.
ready for the disrespect that's thrown around in that season.
I'm excited.
And it
I'm
is
so
good to catch
excited.
up.
So it's chef's kiss. Except we'll talk about a person that I don't. Once we get to that season, we'll talk about the person who
Okay.
I have no words, but I can't specifically talk about them. But I'm also excited to get to 21 because 21 is also a really good season.
I say we skip to 22. You're hyping 22 up so much.
But 21 is so good too because like it's the
Just
young
gotta watch
versus
them all.
old.
But
Yeah,
is
you
it
gotta
as
watch
good as
them.
22?
Ooh, that would be interesting.
I've seen a young versus old season before, so
There's really big highlights for both. Is the best way to put it. Yeah, we'll get to that bridge once we get there. We're literally still on 9 people still left.
yeah.
In this-
I was on slide
No,
about this, we're
10,
about
there's
halfway
10.
through. There's
Yeah,
10 left.
Yeah, there's 10 left.
Because
Because it was
about black jackets, like oh shit.
yeah,
Still 10
you
left.
were talking about black jackets. I'm like, they have to be down to 7 contestants because usually what happens is they'll eliminate down to 4, but then they're usually 5.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We will see.
I'm
Have
excited.
you been watching
Yeah.
anything?
Have I been watching anything? I mean, I've been watching The Hell's Kitchen. Obviously, it's great.
He's
Good.
been there
It's
the whole
good.
time.
Yeah.
What else have I been watching? Why am I looking around? I don't know why I'm looking around.
You know what? Before you continue, Harv, today we came to a conclusion, and it broke
yes.
my brain.
Yes, today we came to a conclusion.
no.
A great conclusion.
A great
That
conclusion.
that Fee is Monica from Friends.
True.
Okay.
Yes.
Because okay, let me ask you guys something. Okay, let me ask you guys something. When you guys have a blanket, like a duvet, right?
Uh-huh.
When when you sleep with that duvet, do you care? Not even have. Do you even care which side the buttons are for the duvet?
No.
My duvet has a zipper.
Yeah, do you care what
but
side?
I do care what side the zipper is on. Yes.
Do you want the
Where's the zipper supposed to be?
Well, I put my zipper. So I lay my it's a weighted blanket and I lay it out diagonal, and then I put the zipper on the bottom side, and then I put the non-zippered side on the top so I can hook it over myself and roll over.
Okay.
What?
Okay, I get it. So you have the zipper away from you. The farthest point
Yeah.
from you is the zipper.
Correct.
But now the
Okay.
question is, if it's not like that, okay, well, a weighted blanket's a little bit different because if you unzip the weighted blanket, you're kind of
Okay,
pooped, right?
If you had an actual normal
Well,
duvet,
I have a duvet cover on my.
Okay.
blanket.
But
Yes.
Yeah.
are you going to not be able to sleep if that zipper is by your face?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What?
I don't.
I don't
Okay.
get it.
Zipper,
I don't understand it
the
either.
zipper end is at my feet. The zipper side is as far away from. as possible.
So
But if you're like sleepy, does it stop you from sleeping if it was like up there? Do you like?
Well, in my defense, everything stops me from sleeping because I have like all of like the sleep conditions. So I just don't sleep well regardless. So yes, I do everything I can to foster most optimum sleeping environment.
okay.
Shonen has a good point.
I get the zipper. I get the whole zipper thing. Fine.
Uh-huh.
If we're just talking about let's
Harv
just talk
now
about
understands.
buttons. Let's just talk about buttons.
Okay.
Now it's about buttons.
It's about buttons.
This is
Okay.
the button cast.
Yes. Because for me, I don't care. But if the buttons were on my face, if the buttons are on my feet, doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
I would never have noticed it. If I'm tired, I'm not gonna notice that.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna notice it. It's not a thing. It is what it is. The other thing was that she said that if the tag to the fitted
fitted
sheets
The tag has to be on the bottom.
has to be at the bottom left-hand corner.
Right hand corner.
Bottom
Bottom
right-hand
corner.
corner.
You're federally obligated to do that.
Yes. If
Okay,
you
then
don't,
that's
then you
not-
go to
that's-
jail.
just an-
It's written on the tag.
No, the tag is specifically on the mattress, Frank. The mattress. You're talking about the mattress tag. You are not talking about the fitted sheet.
My fitted sheets had tags on them.
Yeah, some do though.
But the like
Okay.
federal warning is on the like mattress itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what you're saying. But no, like the fitted sheet, if there is a tag, it goes at the bottom. Where the tag is placed depends on the company.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
never noticed that.
continue, Harv.
I think the other thing was that if there's a design, it has to be right, like it has to be the right side, like it has to be like right side up, and if it's
Mhm.
not, then
It's something about the sun not facing it.
no, that was
Properly?
that was the Monica clip. That was because like the headboard is like the sun, so the flowers have to point towards the sun. You know?
Oh, okay, I see now.
But
I was
this is
confused
this
on that one. I was like,
this
"Wait,
is
no,
this is
there's a
exactly the
flower."
same thing. This is exactly the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, to explain why this is important,
I think you're just having very reasonable preferences about the aesthetic of the bed you're sleeping on. I don't know
so
what the
apparently
problem
I'm
here.
insane because I will
Nope.
stay up until I fix it. I have to fix that shit or I'm
Yeah.
not going to be able to sleep. I will be thinking about it. My hands are getting clammy thinking about the scenario where I have a blank duvet cover with the end part facing me and then everything's messed up. My hands are like sweating. It is
It's getting
stressing me
clammy
out.
right now
It is
as we speak.
So I had
You're valid for that.
I had a fun
apparently
idea.
I'm-
I had a fun
Okay.
idea though to send
Yeah.
to send her, a duvet with buttons on all four sides, so that she, so she.
I'm gonna look that up. Button duvet.
Mean.
I'd be like, this is for you, Fee.
Oh my
There's gotta
god.
be a company that sells like everything in the wrong order that it's supposed to be in.
Shonen coming in with a you either get it or you're a heathen.
I'll be
Alright.
a heathen. I'll be a heathen on this one.
I'll
On
probably
On a
be a heathen
scale
on
of
this
1
one.
to super OCD, I land. I know you're asking Fee, but I land on the. I'm not OCD. I just have obsessive compulsive tendencies. So I'm firmly in the denial stage. I don't know where you're at.
So like the funny thing is I live in chaos. I have things everywhere. I have shit tons of board games. I have books up the wazoo, which I've been sorting out. My desk is a mess, which like does stress me out. But there are certain things in my life that have to be a certain way. I cannot exist. I will, in fact,
ADHD.
be
Thriving in
stressed.
chaos in most places, but one place has to be very organized.
Exactly. I like
I feel
so
that.
I'm gonna say probably about a 7.5 because like there's chaos there, but like when something in my head has to be like a specific way, it has to be that way or I can't do it. And I respectfully understand that's a little crazy. And sometimes I have to stop myself and think like, this is nuts. But I think the bed thing is very reasonable because like I don't want to get hit in the face. I do not want to wake up in the morning with an imprint of a button on my face. That's just
What are you?
not
Are
it
you?
for
Are
me.
you
I
fighting in
100%
bed?
understand that.
Are you
Here's
fighting
the
in bed?
thing.
What's
I can
happening?
understand. Okay, I could
roll in bed.
100%. I could 100% understand the button thing, right? Because it's like, okay, maybe you just you rub your ear against it or something like that. I don't know.
Also,
right?
the sound of the tag, like I
It's
was
the
talking
tag
about the.
thing that like I'm like, how do you know where the tag is that stops
Oh
you
my
from
god.
sleeping?
What if the duvet has no
Feel it.
buttons?
What do you mean?
Where you can just because like some duvets don't have buttons where you just fold it in.
They have to be. That's at the bottom of the bed, Harv. That's at the bottom. It
Yeah,
doesn't
see
matter.
that's
Wherever your
where
duvet goes
see
in,
that's where I have a problem
the
because
gaping hole in which your duvet goes into is at the bottom of the bed.
are you
That
scared
stays
of
at
are
the
you
bottom.
scared that a
Here's
monster
my
is gonna
very
pop out
important
of that
question.
thing?
I think so. Or
No.
something. I don't get. I don't understand.
No,
Do
it's
your
weird.
pillow ends go towards the middle or towards the edge or both the same way?
Okay, so for that, outwards.
Yeah. Okay.
Outwards. Yeah.
Correct.
But also, if you have a pillow that has a tag on it, that side that has the tag goes into the
Goes
pillowcase.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay,
Because
that
if
makes
you have
sense.
the pillow-
Yes.
Because if you have
I can
because the fucking idea of hearing that like kind of like the sound. Oh yeah, this man. The tag sound.
Yeah, buddy.
The tag
You
sound.
want to air some grievances live on air?
No, I don't
Ball it
want
up.
to.
Just
No.
Lucas, I just ball it all up.
Okay, I can see my feet also now. I'm starting to see my feet comes up to me and be like, I haven't slept all night. Like, why feet? I don't know. Oh, it's probably because it's such self up.
That's gonna be. I was
do have
gonna
a
be.
question, though. So, like, for example, my pillowcase has a zipper on it, right? To close it off, and
The
the zipper's
zipper-
on the outside. How does that work for you then?
Then that goes at the bottom of the fucking bed. How is that so
How
like
does the zipper go on the bottom of the bed? It's for a pillowcase.
oh for a pillowcase?
Yeah.
And it's on the out.
It's
Why do you
away
have a
from
zipper
you.
on your
It's a little-
pillowcase?
Here, I'll go grab it. I'll show you right now.
Well, it's like yeah, it's not weird, but it's different, right? It's different. I think
I don't want a
but
zipper on my pillowcase.
the tag just goes inside the zipper, right? It just
Oh my God.
This is what it is.
Wow.
The reason why this is why I have okay. The reason why I have a weird about this is that what if your like your blanket inside your duvet just starts coming out while you're just sleeping?
I literally get up and fix it.
I got it right here.
Would it
See?
be easier
It has
if
a little zipper on it.
would it be easier if it was just in front of you instead of like at your feet?
No, that's weird. To me,
But
that's
it's
insane.
It's a little zipper. See?
Also, Harv,
Yeah,
I don't.
I would
That doesn't
just leave
happen
that
to
with
me
the
because I
open.
check the duvet before I go to bed. Like I make sure that it's like in place. What are you doing with your duvet?
Oh, I just fucking just jump right in. I just dive into it, and I'm just like, I'm ready to sleep, man.
Do you have a headboard, Harv?
Oh,
I don't
man.
have a headboard, no.
I don't even have a fucking headboard.
Not in
That's
this
like,
economy.
Okay.
Exactly. Where the fuck
No,
don't
I
have
want to
a
get a
fucking
headboard, but like my oh my god, my hands are literally I can't. My
Okay,
hands
let's
like
move away from the bedding conversation. I'm pretty sure we were still on television, so I'm gonna tell you about the Buck Ass Wild TV show I watched this week. I did start it in the middle, like at 1 a.m. for disclaimer. However, I had a great time. I told a couple of friends about it and they were both fascinated, but one of them did say that I watched the most bizarre TV ever, and I kind of took that as a compliment. Anyways, this is called The Playlist. It's in Swedish. It's a 6-episode miniseries dramatization about the making of Spotify. However, I don't know how much, if any, has any sort of accuracy in reality. Every episode is told from the perspective of a different person in the story, and so like you'll see the same scene play out like 3 different times, and it happens 3 different ways depending on whose story you're following, and it is fascinating. Also, episode 6 is set in 2025. And the ending Anyways, so if you want to watch a dramatization about the making of Spotify, go check out the playlist. It's a Netflix I think it's a Netflix original. There was probably English audio. I did just listen to it in Swedish. It was excellent. I had a great time. If you're up at 1 a.m. and it's like, I don't know what to watch, maybe put on this fucking show. It is so absurd. But I had a blast.
One. Okay, I want to call something out.
Okay.
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 My ketchup is right here. It's not on the fridge. Okay. Doesn't
Why
deserve. It
would
doesn't
it
need to be on the
be-
fridge.
Why would it be on the fridge?
Or in the
Why-
fridge.
why
Sorry,
would
in the
it-
fridge.
Why
In the
would
fridge.
it be next to you for one, and two? Why
Because I
would
just
be
used
on the
it. I just
fridge?
ate a little while ago, so I just
Okay.
it's there.
I don't know why
Um,
you had a ketchup check. Like he's like, I pulled it out. Like I got that motherfucking.
No,
thing
because
on. I'm like,
Amber
okay.
says I don't put condiments in the fridge, which, yeah, I don't put my ketchup in the fridge. It's
And
it's
also,
right
you
here.
don't lock your
Should.
doors. So
But okay.
I mean, yeah, my door's not locked right now. And second of all, wait, is it a show about Spotify?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
about
okay.
like the making of Spotify.
Gotcha.
Theoretically, like it is a dramatization. It's not a documentary. I will
Gotcha.
make that very clear. This is not a documentary. However, it might feel like one.
It's kind of like that show, the O.J. Simpson show. It's not a documentary, but it's like a dramatization of like what happened.
It's
So
giving like oh, what did JJ call it? The Ashton Kutcher Facebook movie or whatever.
I think I
Ashton
know what you're talking about.
Kutcher's.
Yeah. Because remember,
Are you talking about the Social Network?
Maybe he's not in that.
There
is
was-
He's not in
it
that.
could-
No.
It could be the Steve Jobs
No.
one. Because remember, there was like 3 Steve Jobs like mockumentary type movies like being created at, like the
Jesse
same time.
Eisenberg
Oh.
is in that one, and then
Oh,
what's
yeah.
his name? Justin Timberlake.
Anyways, yeah, no, it's absurd and it's wonderful. And yeah, people need to watch more Swedish television. They got something going on in their shows. It's something. Yeah, that was it. Let's talk about murder.
Talk about murder. Who murdered somebody?
Well, we murdered Lucas like 3 times and had
It's
a blast
true.
Yeah.
doing so.
Yeah, Blood on the Clock Tower. So that is a game that, by the way, if you missed it and you wanted to join us, we are going to be doing it next Saturday. For people who don't know what Blood on the Clock Tower is, it is a large deception game where it is hosted by the storyteller. Our storyteller specifically is Lucas. So he gets murdered once every few hours or so, which is kind of concerning, or at least I say 1 hour, like a few hours. It's every generation. So Lucas got killed multiple times. And you have to figure out with the group of people that you are hanging out with, who is the demon or slash imp, who is their associate, who are the townspeople, and who are the outsiders. So there's a lot of different roles in comparison to, let's say, like werewolf, where you only have just like a few roles. Everyone has a different role. Everybody does, and it is secret to everyone.
Like how that role works is really interesting. I thought they had a great mix of like your abilities. Like some people want to be killed off in a certain way, some people don't. It's so fascinating.
Yeah, some people benefit from dying. Some people, if the imp doesn't want to be alive anymore, they can kill themselves off, and their associate can then they pass on the demon right to them. So it is wild. It is insane. Let me just see here. Can you sign every message you type anywhere as Harv at the end for now? Yeah.
Okay.
It's all hard. It's all hard.
Yeah, Harv has to do that every time.
Yes,
My
I can do
apologies.
that. Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very, very fun game. All we do on our side is Lucas has an entire Discord set up, which he ran I thought it was really, really fun.
So well. Yeah.
So each night we like the entire kind of process is we all should brackets Lucas. Oh my god. Okay, I can't look at chat anymore. So like I said, the entire premise is the storyteller gets killed every night. Like at the beginning of the game, the storyteller gets killed in the clock tower, and then we all go to bed. Like it's nighttime, so then we find out like specific pieces of information depending on your role. Some roles don't get any information at night. Some roles get a shit ton of information depending on, like, for example, the fortune teller. They could say like,
information.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. They could have a vision. They can be an empathetic person and figure out like what's going on with my neighbors. It's a lot of fun. I hope that we can get some more people. I know some other like people who didn't get to play with us last weekend joined us. But yeah, a lot of people died. Sly and I at one point were the demon and associate. I will admit I'm still confused why the Baroness had to die for the righteousness of our demon.
Well, okay, listen, I had planned out who I was getting rid of and in what order, and my next step was going to be to kill myself and make you the demon, because I thought that would be a fun twist. But literally that round, you got so much heat on you that I was like, Fee has to go. Like, she can't become the demon because they are going to kill her and we will lose. Therefore, I can't just kill myself and leave her with this mess. Like, I'm just taking her out and we'll deal with it.
I mean, that's valid.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So yeah, I've played it before in person, and it was a lot of fun. And then we played it with a group of people on Discord, and it was a lot of fun that way. Also, seeing how Harv's chat was reacting was a lot of fun as well, because people were like taking guesses on who was who and like trying to like figure out the story and the plot while Harv was trying to. So it was very interesting, especially looking back. Every so often, I like in between games, I would go and check Harv's chat, and I would just see like the chaos that was ensuing. And yeah, it came to the point that it was so like Harv just claimed an entire alleyway, so now it's Harv's alley.
It's officially named. It's officially named.
It's officially
My
named.
favorite thing about that was because like we're all trying to figure this out, but the first couple nights you're kind of just like BSing with each other. And I think it was actually the first game we were playing. I jumped in a chat with Shonen, and we were both just like kind of shooting the shit, both being like, we're not quite sure what we're doing. And then Lucas is like jumping around monitoring, see what's going on. So then we started talking about how the death of Lucas in this town was like outing like his like fetishes, and we just like kept riffing on this until Lucas was like, all right, I'm leaving. It was the funniest moment. We're like, how uncomfortable can we make Lucas in this moment?
It was really funny because at one point like there was so many people in the tavern, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, I have a question for the storyteller, and Lucas is like, what's going on? And I'm like, can you grab me some garlic fingers, because
you had a very good reason.
Because, okay, here's the deal. For anyone who, like, shocker, Lucas is literally in the other room right now. And if I walk to the kitchen, I can see his screen. So unless I want to cheat, I asked him, like, hey, can you grab, like, should I have just been, like, messaged him and said, can you close your screen so I can grab garlic fingers? Sure, I should have done that. But instead, I just asked him to grab me some because I thought that might be easier. Also, I know for a fact if I went in and then I was just like, oh, I'll get garlic fingers, I'll do this and this, and he'll be like, what's going on? Like, it's nighttime. Like, why are you taking a million years? And I'd be like, so yeah, it was honestly, I think that's probably the most fun I've had in like a group setting in a long time. Like, mind you, I love Lethal Company, don't get me wrong, but like getting a lot of people together, because I feel like a lot of people assume that like when you play games online, some people think that it has to be like a video game or it has to be something like that. But this was like, it was different. And I think that Like just the way that people were reacting, it was like fantastic. That was the way that we're like he was hoping. I can't really speak for Lucas, but yeah, it was a ton of fun. And I know we've been like kind of like talking about other things to do, like trying to find ways to like set up bots. So when you go to a specific room, it's playing like tavern music, or like you walk into the
that would be
town
cool.
square and
Let me
like
tell you.
so.
Let me ask you. What is the
Yes.
music of my alleyway?
That is
can I-
all up to you.
Can I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
make it?
Just a pipe being dropped on the ground.
No, no, no. I just in the back. Can it just be? Can it just? Oh no! Oh, like siren noises and then me going in the background. You know?
No,
What?
no,
No, I would never visit that alley. I'm steering fucking clear.
I would never make my way to that alley ever again. I'd like even be like, because there was an entire point where Harv and I were having a discussion, and he was just being so weird, and I'm just like, what the fuck? He's just like,
We're
come to
so
my
sus like
alleyway,
every game.
and then I was just like, okay, like. Shouldn't you be somewhere else? Like, it seems really weird that a fortune teller is just sitting in an alley, just asking people to join them. Like, that's pretty sus.
Pretty
Like,
sus.
what? Why are you
Very
just
sus.
sitting in an alleyway? Mind you, I did get confused because I thought like the storytellers like area was supposed like it made sense that like, oh, that should be where the fortune teller goes because storytelling, but I didn't realize that it was Lucas's domain.
I'm just
and
saying.
that's
I have a
what- yeah.
magic ball. It's something weird, anyways. You know?
What?
I mean, I was thinking tarot cards, not a magic 8-ball.
Fucking
I don't
magic
need to know
8-ball.
about your magic balls, Harv.
Balls. You
Yeah.
know?
It was really fun though. I mean I enjoyed it a lot. I always like games with a sense of randomness to them. Like I do
Yeah.
love how due to the roles, the information you could get is either really 100% correct or insanely off.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
love an unreliable narrator, and there's literally a role have an role and think you have this information, but you are in fact not that role. You're like
Yeah.
you're just the town drunk. Like that's
that stopped me
brilliant.
from ending the game early apparently the other night when I shot you in the face and
first
apparently I was drunk.
night, literally, it was the round with Fiona and Harv was playing. No, sorry, Frank was playing the
Slayer.
drunk.
I was the Slayer, but I was drunk.
And you thought you were the Slayer, and shot me, the demon, which should end the game. Literally the first night.
Yeah.
Like
I shot
I was like,
because
holy shit.
my reasoning was one when Lucas is like, okay, discuss negotiations. Nobody was talking. This is already night 2, right? So like, and nobody was saying anything. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I might as well use my powers now, and see if I can get people to one talk and two deduce who. Because I believed, I think what was it Jacob, right? I believe Jacob 100%. I believe him as a saint, right? But I wanted to see who would agree with me shooting him, right? Like I feel like the people who are evil would tell me to do it, right? So I wanted to get people talking, get people like that, right? And for the most part, nobody even said anything, so it was just pointless. Everybody just kind of stayed quiet the whole time, which is all right. But then I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go with who my gut feeling, which was I didn't believe for a fucking second you were the mayor.
Because
I didn't believe for a fucking second for your mayor. And I think you did say something during the accusation to Jacob, which I was like, I don't know about that. Which I was like, okay, fine. I'm not shooting Shonen. I will shoot at Sly because I got a feeling you're evil. And it turns out I was just drunk. So
You were just drunk. You had it exactly. You had me pinned. You just were drunk. And
I
so
was like, God
nobody
damn it.
thought it.
I was like, okay, but because I didn't know I was drunk, the whole time I'm thinking the information, like my role is correct. Is like, okay, if you didn't do anything, then you're probably actually the mayor, right? Which is what I like. It's the deception of not only you as a person trying to convince people who you are, but also the fact that you also may not even know who you are.
True.
I really like, because I do enjoy like mafia likes, and this is like a mafia like, but I feel like a lot of them, once you die, you're like very much limited how you can participate and contribute to the game. And I really enjoyed that this, like, you could be dead and you still had a vote, you could still like participate, you could still like reinforce like the information you had. Some people who are dead get more information once they're dead. Like you're still actively a part of the game. You're not just kind of sitting there if you're the first one killed for the rest of the session. So that was really fun.
Mhm. I really enjoyed it. I also enjoyed the little nightly talks with Lucas. It's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
I had some discussions of like, hey, you know, this is how this works. I got an idea, and Lucas would be like, yeah, it's a very good idea. I'm like, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Honestly, the Slayer, whenever they shoot and they're drunk, they should roll a 1d6. And if they roll
Dude,
too
that would
low,
be sick.
and they shoot themselves.
Oh no.
Yeah, our town really has a proud culinary enterprise. We had so many cooks, and
We
it
had
was
so
funny.
many
be-
cooks. Too
so
many
m-
cooks in the kitchen. There
That's
a
why I
cook
was
for
like,
every
that's why I was like, I'm
kitchen.
just
We
the
had
cook.
3 cooks.
I'm just the cook. Oh my god, there were so many freaking cooks, and I think at one point they either all died or got put up for execution. Like it was just we were like expending like chefs like there was nobody fucking business.
Yeah, there were
We're
a lot
like,
of dead chefs.
get wrecked, get fucked. If you like
Goodbye.
goodbye. Apparently, we had really great produce because we kept on bringing in chefs because everyone's just like, man, you guys have such great crops, and we're like, there's a reason for that. Dead bodies because everyone keeps on dying.
Are you saying we're cannibals? What the fuck? Because we have chefs and dead bodies?
No, we have good produce because it's
You have a lot of good produce.
Fertilizer. I'm
No,
saying we're killing people, Harv. What the fuck?
You know
damn,
what?
we murdered a lot of people. I do have a question for you guys though.
You know what?
for you
My
two.
next time, one sec, Frank. The next time that we play this and I'm the chef, I'm gonna be the most unhinged player on this next game. It's gonna be great.
Actually,
It's gonna be great.
leads into what I was gonna ask. Do you think it's a good idea to play the role of your character as if you're role playing a little bit? Because I did that.
A little bit, yeah.
I the whole time, like if I was the empath, I was bringing up emotions. I was bringing up like astrology and bullshit. You know what I mean? Or when I was the Slayer, obviously I was acting more of like obviously somebody who's looking for a monster. So like I had a notebook. I was like investigating. I was asking like more forceful questions, even referring to myself as the law. But I feel like I didn't know if I was going too far into the RP with it because I feel
No,
like
it was
it was
perfect.
kind of detrimental because then sometimes people be like, well, you're just being suspicious. So I'm like, no, I'm playing my role.
Yeah,
I have no
it's
idea who any of you guys are. 'Cause you just like some people were just talking normally. I was like, oh fuck, I don't know who you are.
because like the very first thing in like the game, like the very first game, Frank and I went to the tavern and we're both like, so what do you do for an occupation?
Yeah.
And-
What do you do?
The first time I don't know who came to my my alleyway, but I was just like, I don't know what to ask you.
Jake. Jake, what's your
Yeah,
alley?
Jake.
He's
Yeah,
supposed
Jake.
to
I was like,
provide the next
I
turn.
was like, I've never done this before, so I was just like, are you? What do you do, man?
Yeah.
Fiona
I
had the
think
same
Fiona and I
conversation.
were sitting in the bakery being like,
So
so
what do you
this
do
is a
here?
game?
Yeah. So what do you do here? Like,
Well, Amber, the situation it was good in our favor because one, I knew Fee was a good person, right? Because like I kind of was like, hey, I'm going to the tavern. I had a feeling Fee would go to the tavern. The problem is like when you're going into these situations, not calling somebody out and be like, hey, Fee, can I talk to you?
yeah.
It just to me that already spells some sus shit right there, right? So like trying to naturally find people who you know are allies without making it look like you're colluding in a way
yeah.
is very hard, right? Luckily you went into the room when I went into the room, so I was able to be like, hey yo, I know you're good. You don't have to tell me your role. I just know you're good because you were a little suspect on like telling me your role, and I'm like, that's fine. I just need you to trust me that it's you and Sly.
I
I
just
just really like that.
oh sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say with the smaller group, the like minion and the demon don't know who each other is. So like the first round we played, that caused chaos that like the 2 people didn't know who they were supposed to be working with. And then when you have more people, you can immediately be like, hi, hello, we're working together.
Yeah,
Hello.
there's Lucas was telling me that there is a group that he watches online that plays this regularly. And one of the games, the imp and the like their associate didn't know who they were. And so the very first night he just killed his associate. Just like outright, just like Dunzo, rest in peace. Like it's just so interesting how like I also like the fact that like it's never going to be the same game because it's always going to be at least one person's going to have a different role. There's going to be like once we get into other like once we get a little bit more confident with it and then Lucas starts introducing more scenarios, there's so many other roles that we can introduce. Like it's really fun, and I think you have to have a little bit of like a role play aspect to it because I'm feeling that if you're not like I didn't take it seriously as someone who takes games very
Oh yeah,
seriously.
no.
Like
How-
I felt
you
so
gotta play
bad.
your role. You gotta play your
Like
role.
when Jake was getting really steamed, I'm just like honestly, like I'm thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, you deserve to be mad right now because I am playing you guys like a fucking fiddle, and so is Sly. Like, it's I really enjoyed like how people were reacting and then like really trying to analyze and
We're
try to figure
so
out what was going
invested.
on. They're so invested. That's the thing.
fun.
Like everyone was invested. Harv's chat was fucking invested. Like everyone was invested. So if you guys are interested, please post in the Point in Progress Discord. We'll get you an invite. We're doing it next Saturday. We're thinking about maybe starting a little bit earlier because technically we started at 10 o'clock our time. But we like, I know Lucas is like really excited and like looking at ways to set it up and getting more people. We can have a lot of people. And we have not filled all the slots, so feel free, even if you're and just as a random side note, I'm not just like saying this because he's my partner or anything, but Lucas is very good when it comes to people who are very like novices to like extreme like experts. So if you're like concerned like, oh well, you guys already played, I'm not, don't worry about it. Lucas will explain everything. He'll take the opportunity at the beginning of the game to explain it, and then any sort of questions, is the nighttime, so you can ask any questions there within reason. Of course, he's not going to tell you who the imp is, but he'll give you like a full, like he does a phenomenal job. I know some people gave compliments to him before and said like, oh, he's really patient with me and stuff like that. I'm like, he deals with me on a regular basis. Of course he's patient. So we literally had a conversation like 30 minutes ago of how OCD I am. So
It was so funny because we could hear him in the background, and I just told Fee, he's probably just thinking like, can I get the fuck out of here now?
yeah, because earlier I was just like, Lucas, can you come into the office? And then he comes into the office, and then I tell him this, and he's like, yeah, you just act really fucking weird about it. Like he's just like, what the? Why did I come in here for this? And then dips because he's just like, what the fuck? This is why I had to like leave my show to like randomly like confirm that you're nuts. Like, okay, by all means.
My plan
Shit,
for the
and I
next
love
game.
playing with him because like every time we do any sort of like board game, whatever, Lucas is usually there, and it's a blast. But like. He's so good at like making like very challenging complex games easy enough to understand but not telling you how to play your role enough that like you can like still like figure out how you want to do it. I'm thinking like we played so much Terraforming Mars over the years, and like every time we play I'm like, how does this game work again? But like he'll be like, here's the gist, you can figure out how you want to play it in a like way that's really fun and engaging.
I really appreciate when I ask Lucas questions about games, and I do my ADHD thing where I'm like, well, if I try this and do this, can I do this? And he'd be like, no, okay. But if I try this, can I do this? He'd be like, yes. And I'm like, perfect. There we go.
Yeah, no, he
really helps you get to point A to point B.
He lets you work out the scenario, but without like putting too much pressure and like saying like this is how you have to play it and that's it. It's like having that like creative freedom. I know once again he explains board games to me. I like when it comes to board games, there are the people that play the board games, and then there are the people who like who just like show up and they explain them and like do like they read the manuals, like all that stuff. I'm not that person. I recognize that. It's not for me. Like do not give me the manual. Like I like once I went to like we used to have a board game cafe like literally like walking distance from our place. and a friend of mine and I went, and we were like hanging out before Lucas and other people were able to join us. And we sat down with this board game. I said like, oh yeah, like I've played this before, but I don't like yeah, we can totally play it. We put the board game down and we look at the rules and we're like, so who's reading the rules? Neither one of us are the rules reader. The only like bless Spencer, he like knows all the rules for other games, but like we looked at each other and we're like, this isn't happening. We're just not playing this game. It's just I personally, I just my mind just goes blank whenever I read them and I'm like, I can't explain it. Yeah.
And then also like also that I've also noticed too that I really like about the way Lucas does like hosting board games, because we've done this a few times. We played Terraforming Mars. Well, I don't remember the D&D type game that we played. What was that called?
Was
That we
that the
played last time.
oh, you mean it's the oh god, Betrayal of Baldur's Gate
Betrayal
was
of
the one that
Baldur's
we
Gate.
played.
I noticed
What was
when
the one that there was like a board and you were trying to move through the levels by solving things, and there was like 3 sections.
I know what you're talking about. I remember that. I don't remember.
I
the
don't
name.
remember.
Clue.
It was a
Lucas
while
wanted-
ago. That was more than a year ago.
We played
That was more
so
than a year
many
ago.
board
We played
games
so
together.
many board games.
That's the point.
What I do
Mysterium.
Mysterium.
Mm-hmm.
What I do appreciate about the way Lucas does things too as well is that every time I've played board games with other people, right? If they had like a friend or somebody with them that they knew personally, a lot of the times they would kind of coax the game into them winning. And it was very noticeable. Like obviously you're kind of bending the rules a little bit here. Lucas never does that. Lucas has no favorites in this game. He wants to watch us all suffer. And honestly, I fucking
correct.
appreciate that so much. I really do. He wants us all to suffer. And it's great.
Yeah, it's a thing where like I know people like joke around because like in our friend group we always joke that like Lucas is gonna win because he's the one who reads the rules. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, there have been times where he'll explain the board game flawlessly. Then I get to the mid game and I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and Lucas is like, you can't do that, and I'm like, you didn't say anything, and he's just like,
I did.
I did. This is a time when you didn't listen, and I'm just like, I don't know about that. So I get smart and I bring out the rule book and I'm like, I don't. Oh, you know what? Well, it was really fun playing with you guys. I'm just gonna assume that I'm gonna lose here, and then we're just gonna like no. It's a lot of fun. So like I just said, if you guys want to play, let us know. Everyone is welcome. Doesn't matter if you've played it. It doesn't matter if this is the very first time you're hearing about it. By all means, there is going to be explanations. We're not just going to throw you into the wolves. I mean, you might die.
You might die first round, but you'll figure it out.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. And there's just craziness. You can go to Harv's Alley, but that's really weird.
We need to find out like a good
It's
theme
a
for your
tiny
alley.
It's so tiny.
We decided it's
two-person
an
alley.
OS2 violation. It's a 2-person alley.
Yeah, positives. When you die, you're not out of the game. You get to be a ghost and you get to like tell people what's going on as far as you can. It's kind of nuts, kind of crazy. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And it's just a lot of fun. So I hope I get to see all of you there, because I want more people so we can get even more chaotic, because the more people, the more chaotic it gets. Yeah. Also, just like even what was the side note? Oh, it was like when everyone kept on like hopping into each other's rooms. Like technically, you're not supposed to do that.
Wait,
Not
people are
supposed-
hopping in each other's rooms? How is that
all the
possible? I didn't
time.
see it.
Frank, you did that. We were in the tavern and you just randomly jumped into the tavern. There
Oh,
was
but it's an
multiple-
open. But it's an open tavern.
Oh my god, you were the worst at Shonen's with me. You're the worst.
Wait, can you
defender.
not go from room to room freely?
That's
Is
where I'm
that is that?
confused.
You're,
'cause I'm like, if it's
you're
open, what am
technically
I supposed to do?
you're supposed to go back to like the town square. Like essentially the process of thinking is like you're supposed to like
Oh.
go to the town and then you go into like one of those other areas, because like let's say Harv and I are having a conversation in a 4-person room, and then Frank randomly hops in and it's just like, whoa, hi everybody, whoa, I just heard something crazy. And
Oh,
then
I
I'm
didn't know
I was
that.
confused because I would even say like to Lucas when we were stuck in a room, I'd be like, I need to talk to Fee, so I need to get into that room. So I'm waiting for them to like clear it out.
Oh,
so I could
and then apparently, like, I didn't even know that Harv got like kept on saying like Fee needs to leave the graveyard. Someone posted that. Um,
Yeah, because people are killing in the graveyard. I'm like,
Me at Fee. So Frank's a bad guy, Frank.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey guys, what's up? And we're just like,
yeah, because I was confused because I was like, okay,
That's so funny.
what do I do? Because the tavern's open, right? It's a
Yeah.
tavern. Like I can't just walk into a tavern.
I thought it was so. My understanding of the rules were if it was one of the certain number restricted ones, you could only join if you were invited. So, like, if you were in the town square and you're like, "Hey, Fee, meet me at the graveyard," and we'll hop into the graveyard, and then while we're talking in there, nobody jumps in until we like clear it out. But the tavern and the town square are both open spaces, so I figured those two were free game.
That's
you know
what I
what?
thought. Because I
Lucas will
jump in the
explain
tavern all
it.
the time.
He
Lucas
said
will
that
be
it's
like,
on his
"You're
notes.
wrong. It's fine."
It's fine. I accept this. It happens all the
He's
time.
very good at nicely saying, "You're being dumb about this."
Yep. Absolutely. We'll probably have a conversation after this podcast and he'll be like, "Remember when you said that?"
Yeah, remember when you said that? Yeah, because I can maybe understand the things, but like the tavern's open. I don't understand if we can't go in there. But I like Lucas knows the rules.
We'll see.
Lucas
What if I
reiterated it.
jumped from the tavern to my alleyway?
Okay, just because your name's on it does not mean you get to just jump in anytime you want.
But like, what
to.
if the tavern is beside the graveyard? You know?
Okay, yeah, we can keep the tavern fully open as well. I've already added a few, two more personal. I want a place named after me. That's my goal for next time. Is like
Can I
finding a way to-
Can I get a trash can? Can I get Frank's trash can?
It's in the alleyway. It's only one person.
Oh.
It's only one person gets. You know what? Instead of like going to a cabin at night, you specifically go to Frank's trash can.
That's his
You die,
cottage.
you get dumped in the
That's his
trash.
Oh, yeah,
cottage.
Well, I was gonna ask, what is your nighttime channels? What were they called? Were they all called the same
It's called
thing?
the
Did we go to
cottage,
the
right?
same place every time?
all the
Mine
all the
was
cottage.
the cottage. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's
Okay.
a cottage. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to design my cottage though. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Right? Yeah,
Turns
can we
into
get
Animal
that
Crossing all of a
cottage?
sudden.
This is getting very complex for a murder deception game.
Animal Crossing style customization in your murder deception game. I don't want it, Harv. Okay.
How much EXP am I getting every night? What's happening here?
True.
Can I
EXP, what the
can I-
fuck?
can I
Oh my
buy
God.
a fucking desk while I'm in there?
Oh my God.
How much do I owe to the storyteller?
Yeah. What's the tax
True.
of living in this town?
Can I take out a loan?
Can I get
I'm
a
not signing up for taxes.
Can I get a
guys.
401k?
I don't think we're gonna live long enough for taxes.
Live long enough for cats.
I've only lived in this town for 3 days. Why am I paying a year's worth of taxes for 3 days? Like, please tell me.
legitimately, you're probably gonna die within the first 3 days. So like, why
Exactly.
even pay taxes?
And remember, if you're the chef, you're bound to die at some point.
Yeah, the chef is going like don't like you know what's really funny is there's rules like for example the saint, like if we like execute the saint, they're out. The next game that we do, no one's gonna tell anybody that they're the chef. They'll be like,
I am gonna be the most unhinged player on the next night. Like I'm
Are
just
you, Harv?
oh
Are you, Harv?
I'm gonna be a character every single game.
Please do, because I
Yeah.
don't want to be the only one RPing here.
No,
People
I'm not even
look
gonna
at me
I'm not even gonna be
knowledgeable.
RPing my character. I'm just gonna be an unhinged person. I'm just gonna start
I
talking
was RPing
shit.
my character.
See, every time I talk to you, you're just like, I don't want to reveal my job, and I'm like, well, at least give me some fucking context clues of what your job is.
I
Then
gave you context clues.
zero context clues.
Oh my God.
Zero.
Well, also, just random aside, I was definitely playing the Baroness up. Like, I'm just saying. Also, it's called the Baron, but I'm going to be the Baroness because,
to be
you
fair
know what?
though,
You should.
your job was stolen by Sly, from what you told me. You were trying to be the mayor.
Yeah, I was trying to be the mayor. Sly, oh my
No,
God.
You were trying to be you were trying to be something else that I was like, these are
Okay.
the three we have available.
Yes, so you did that. And then I was just like, I'm going to, like, I guess I didn't say it loud enough. I'm like, I'll go for mayor. Then we went into, like, a group of people. And then they're like, what's going on? And you're like, do you not recognize your mayor? And I'm like, I must have not said it loud enough or it didn't like pick up. And I'm like,
I totally did not
like,
pick that up at all.
it's okay. It's okay. I'm just like, what should I do? And I'm like, librarian. I'm like, this was the worst plan I've ever like did in my like my It was so bad. That
Lord,
was such a bad choice.
Lord, I will be third impostering, and it's gonna be great. And I'm
Good.
I'm ready.
Let's get it spicy.
Oh,
I
I'm
think
gonna be a shit disturber, and if I die, I
everybody
fucking
in this
die.
room, I want RP'd roles. I want accents. I want costumes. No, not that
I'm
far.
not bringing out accents, but I'll try for costumes, and
I don't
I'll
know what-
commit to the bet.
Your role
That's
changes
all
every
I'm
time.
gonna do.
There's no way you have a costume for all the roles.
I'm
No,
just gonna, like-
I'll bring I'll bring up the Jesus costume.
You just play Jesus the whole game, Harv?
Oh my god.
We'll throw up some backgrounds. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
We'll have a great
We'll make it
time.
work.
Yeah, I'm just gonna randomly like pull out some of my wigs and just like randomly like switch it up every so often,
yeah.
even though why not?
Even
Just-
though we can't see you guys though.
yeah, no one's gonna be able to see us. I'm just gonna do it for my own integrity. You know what? Yeah, absolutely.
I am excited for the next game, though. I'm excited to get some more people in. I think Mario will be back by then, so maybe we can get him in on it. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a few people that didn't join us the last time who are joining. And so, like I said, once again, feel free to join us if you want to.
just
Even
an
if it's
AI
for one
Joey
round. Last time we got to play for 3 rounds. Who knows? If you want to, if you have to come in late, by all means, we're gonna play a few rounds. So
We'll bring in AI Obama. We'll bring in AI.
I might come. Depends on the spawn.
What?
Spawn.
On the spawn? Oh, the kids.
What's that?
Yes.
Let's stop existing in front of people's faces. And before we get murdered on the stream, are y'all ready to take it out?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Are we playing Lethal Company today, guys?
I
It's a
mean,
little late. I'm down.
I mean,
though.
I'm down to play some rounds.
Hell yeah.
If anyone wants to play, feel free.
Harv?
Yeah,
Are you still down?
yeah.
Oh, all right, cool.
I just want to
Any-
make some toast.
I see some Lethal Companyers in chat. Are you guys still? If you guys are down, hit us up.
True. I'm gonna make toast. Okay, my new favorite thing now, and before we leave, because I'm gonna talk about toast for a second. So I get toast, and then I put like butter on it, and then I have this like specifically, it is a honey, ginger, and citrus. Like it's like used for teas. It's like a Korean tea, but you can use it as like salad toppers and like jams and stuff like that. And I put that on top. It is fucking fire. It is delicious. I would highly recommend it. It's Von B, which is specifically like you can usually get it at my favorite place of all time. Apparently it is my sleeper word, which is Costco.
True.
So I just just like a massive like jar like this big. It's huge. It's
we were
massive.
sitting in Discord and we were talking about something, and she wasn't paying attention. She wasn't paying attention to
No.
what was happening, and I said
think you were
something.
talking
I said
Amber?
something. I don't remember, but like I said Costco, and then she's like, "What about Costco? Let me tell you everything. Let me tell you the history."
Yeah, she
of
goes into,
Costco.
like, historical Costco
Yeah.
mode. Let me tell you something. Fee, if I put a piece of paper right down in front of Fee and I said map out Costco, she can actually do it. And I'm not even joking. I'm being dead ass serious.
Yes.
She can map out the whole of Costco.
They didn't let me like because okay, before we leave, there's 2 Costco's in my city, like in the HRM. There's Dartmouth, and then there is the other one that is I'm generally about the same distance between both. There's one that's good, and then there's one that is pure chaos. And I can tell you right now exactly step by step how to get through the Costco I like to go to. Amber, shut up. It's gonna take 2 hours. I'm just gonna say I know exactly where everything is at the Costco
Oh
I
my
like to go
gosh.
to. And so I like to go to that one. The other one doesn't make any sense to me. But yes, I enjoy going to Costco, and it's just a really I find it entertaining. I don't know. I just enjoy it.
Mash
so what
said,
I'm hearing
is
is-
Costco your Roman Empire?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It is my Roman
100%.
Empire. Yeah.
I need to bully y'all out here for West one. We will have to have like Fee come in a day early, stay a day late, so specifically so we can take a trip out to Kirkland, so we can go to Costco in Kirkland. I
my God,
think that just needs to happen.
It needs to happen. Like it is like I love going to Costco. It's like I'm excited for Saturday because I'm going to fucking Costco. Like it's just
Saturday is a highlight because of Costco.
yeah, exactly. Well, no, it's because I have to we're getting like new shelves. But yeah. just as a random aside, that's my like every week I'll talk about Costco for a short period of time, but
Love
there we
that.
are. We love Costco. We love our Costco moments.
We love Costco here. Thank you all
Costco
so much
sponsor
for
us.
joining us. On that note, Fee, other than in the aisles of Costco, where can people find you?
People can find me here. People can find me on our shorts, on our YouTube channel, specifically because apparently I cause way too much chaos in Lethal Company, which is what we're going to be playing after this. Also, John Cook definitely got us killed in that game, and it was fantastic. You can also find me over at twitch.tv/Loranix because I'm coming back there. And you can find me other places. Who knows? Might be able to talk about it at some point. Maybe next month. Shrug. So yeah, that's it for me. You want to go to the next person?
Yeah. Harv, where can people find you?
When you asked where if you can find her anywhere other than the Costco aisles, I was gonna be like, no, that's where you find her. she's a gremlin of Costco. She's the gremlin of Costco. She's just like, you want a deal? I got a good deal in aisle 17 for some.
Correct.
You can find me pretty much everywhere. Beard in the Hair, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, fucking everywhere. It's all out there. Yeah, and you can find me here on Point in Progress.
Oh,
And before, no, I don't think anybody's streaming today because I this is my night off from streaming. So
Hello, welcome back.
welcome back. All right, Frank, where can people find you?
You can find me at TikTok at the Frank GV, where I post my book nasty clips. I have been making clips for Point in Progress for their shorts. That's where you can find Fee, me, and hopefully if we can get some other clips from other people through the Point in Progress podcast, you'll be seeing them there at youtube.com/Point in Progress. Check out our shorts. I think they've been coming out really good. And while you're there, check out our Game of the Year videos. They came out actually very, very nice. I would like to hear some more more stuff about that.
Yeah, big shout out to Mario. Go give him all the love for making sure we had all of our Game of the Year videos all put together. They all came out so excellent. I enjoyed hearing all of you talk about your favorite games. That was so much fun. So go check out those videos. Go give Mario some love at that Mario Rivera. If you want to find me on the internet, you can find me on Laps. If you want to see Snapchats of like what's going on in my life. If you want to track my random 1 a.m. Swedish TV watching habits, check me out on Serialize. And if you want to, if he is making faces about all of the things I'm plugging this week, I don't know how to deal with that. And if you want to find me on my new addiction, that's like my Duolingo replacement, you can find me on Lingo Legend, which is like a gamified like adventure. It's giving like
is it League of Legends of learning
thing.
languages?
It's Lingo Legend. It's giving
that's 100%.
Flash game website like RPGs, like Adventure Quest. It's that, but language learning. It's so fun.
Also, yes, next week we're doing a gaming fantasy draft. So we're gonna be drafting games. We're gonna be doing a bunch of stuff with that. Everybody gets to pick games what they want to draft, and then we're gonna look at the Metacritic scores. So it's gonna be a thing that's gonna be going on through the entire year. But we're gonna actually draft our games next week. It'll be the four of us, Mario, and Amber. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be heated.
It will be heated indeed. So be sure to turn in to all the regular places next year. Wow. Next week.
Year. Wow.
Check us out everywhere at Point in Progress. We love to see you. It's been such a blast. Thanks for joining in all the murder. And until next time, when one of us is impaled on the rusty hands of a clock tower, progress has been made. Good night, everybody.
Also, GDQ is happening right now, by the way. One of you need to draft Dragon Infinite Wealth.
Like a dragon.
It's like a dragon. At some point, I feel like the only people are.
Someday.
I do need to play it, but at some point, I think only you and I will probably try to look for that game for drafting wise.
What?
No, what are you talking about? I play Yakuza.
I think there's only 2 people here that play it.
Yeah, me, Fee.
Oh, do you? Wait, have you played Like a Dragon?
I've not
I
played like a
watched-
dragon. I'm on the 4th game.
No,
of the
I'm
series.
talking about Fee.
I need to
Oh.
play them because the only time I've ever played them, and I'm straight up, only time I've ever played them is when Lucas is just like, "Hey, you want to play this?" And I'm like, "Sure." And so then I sit on the sofa, and then he either puts on Riichi Mahjong in specifically the game so I can play it,
Oh,
or
he's
it's
farming
the
you for the
nightclub.
creds.
So then I just like do the whole like nightclub, and I'm just like, "Oh, this girl's really cute," and then like that's what I specifically do.
As long as
in
it's
those games.
coming out. Is if it's coming out in February, it's fine. I think as long as it hasn't been reviewed by the time we do the draft.
Got it.
Yeah,
Correct.
so that's
Correct.
So that might not work then, because I think what comes out in 9 days before the end of the month.
because of
I
the
mean, as long as
But yeah.
long as it doesn't come out before.
But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching tonight. Appreciate it.
yeah.
We'll see you guys again next week. Have a good night, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.